A bitter divorce battle could determine the future of Trump-Georgia case. I'm Tyrone Bowman. This is Tyrone Bowman Tonight. According to the Washington Post, the future of the election interference case against former President Donald Trump in Georgia could hinge on a bitter divorce case playing out here in the suburbs of Atlanta involving the Trump case's lead prosecutor, his estranged wife, and the testimony she's seeking from her husband's boss, an alleged, quote, paramour, close quote. Fulton County District Attorney Fannie T. Willis. In an emergency court hearing Monday, a judge temporarily stayed a decision on the question of whether Willis can be called as a witness in the divorce case of Nathan Wade, the outside attorney she appointed to lead the criminal racketeering case against Trump and his allies. One of Trump's co-defendants has accused the two of having an improper clandestine personal relationship that has financially benefited them, both prompting calls for their removal. Let me insert this here. Wasn't it during the presidential campaign of 2016 that President Trump was involved in the adulterous affair with a porn star? And she was paid over $200,000 to keep quiet? And Trump's former attorney had to check to prove it. Just asking. What hypocrisy. But Cobb County Superior Court Judge Henry Thompson said he would revisit a requested subpoena for Willis after a hearing in the divorce case scheduled for next week that is expected to feature testimony from Wade. His sworn remarks could result in more embarrassing, if not legally damaging, revelations. Neither Willis nor Wade has denied or directly addressed the accusations, which allies of Willis fear have already imperiled the case against Trump and 14 others who are accused of illegally conspiring to overturn Trump's 2020 election loss in Georgia. If this were Barack Obama, all this drama would have been happening. He would have been on January 6th of that year. He would have been arrested, he would have been tried, he would have been adjudicated, and he would have been hung on those gallows that they built. And you know damn well it's the truth. I don't care if you white folk get mad. This white privilege in this nation and all this drama surrounding one man makes no sense. Because if it was a black person that was involved in politics that had done the same exact thing, you know exactly what would have happened as well as I do. So regardless of whether the judge in the Trump case disqualifies the prosecutors, Trump and his allies have seized on the allegations and are not likely to ease off their attacks. On Monday, Republicans in the Georgia Senate introduced a resolution that would establish a new investigatory committee with subpoena power to probe whether Willis was in a romantic relationship with Wade when she appointed him as a special prosecutor. The resolution has not come up for a vote, but enough senators have already signed on it to assure its passage, quite sure they're mega bigoted Republicans. The resolution states that such a relationship would constitute a clear conflict of interest and a fraud upon the taxpayers of Fulton County, and that it would warrant Willis's recusal from the election interference case and possibly disciplinary action by the Georgia State Bar. It's not clear what authority the Senate has to enforce any of those possible outcomes, since when has adultery become a crime punishable by law? Politicians cheat and lie every day of the week. But when the Republicans do insidious things, the Republican-controlled Senate or the Republican-controlled Judiciary Committee, they want to overlook everything. But when a Democrat does the same things or commits the atrocities that Republicans commit, then it's an outcry for justice. And one must quickly, like the speed of lightning, bring a resolve. Wade is likely to be questioned under oath next week about airline tickets he bought for Willis after he was hired as a special prosecutor, and allegations an attorney for Willis made in a recent court filing that claimed Wade's marriage was irretrievably broken after Wade's estranged wife Jocelyn Mayfield Wade confessed to an adulterous relationship with Nathan Wade's longtime friend. Andrea Dyer Hastings, an attorney for Jocelyn Wade, strongly rebutted Willis's claim about her client in court Monday, describing it as false. She said, "It was the first time in the 783 days that this case has been pending that allegations of adultery had been raised against her client, and it would come in a motion from Willis to block her subpoena. I have questions," she said. Hastings told the judge that Willis's claim that Wade's wife had cheated on him undermines Willis's main legal argument, seeking to avoid testimony in the divorce case, that she had no unique knowledge about the breakup of Wade's marriage. She knows detailed facts allegedly about the relationship, Hastings said. She accused Willis of trying to hide under the shield of her position. Oh, gee, that's almost like claiming presidential immunity, isn't it? You don't like to hear this, do you? No. Why? Because it smacks you right in your face with a double-edged sword for the hypocrisy that you all have. We're not seeking her deposition as the district attorney of Fulton County. We're seeking a deposition in her individual capacity as the alleged paramour of my client's husband. So whatever her job is has nothing to do with whether or not she should have to sit for this deposition. But Q. Oxum, an attorney for Willis, insisted the knowledge that she may or may not have about Wade and his marriage is not unique. You've got two parties in the case. One that is alleged to have some extramarital affair with Ms. Willis, Oxum said. If that is the case, if that is true, Nathan Wade has that information. Addressing a crowded courtroom packed with dozens of local and national reporters, Thompson said he did not have sufficient information to determine whether Willis should testify in the case. It seems to me that Mr. Wade would be the first and best source of information on what his income has been and how he's been spending it, and that he would have firsthand knowledge of whether he's estranged in an extramarital affair, Thompson said. But Thompson ordered records in the divorce file to be fully unsealed, granting a motion by Ashley Merchant, an attorney for one of Trump's co-defendants, Mike Roman, a longtime Republican operative and former Trump aide. So why now? Because they think it's going to get their guy off the hook. You know, Black America, listen to me well. Don't you sit back and let this man get put back in the White House. Because if you thought his first reign was something, and there was an outcry, wasn't he the one who said in 2016, I want to thank black people for not voting? Whether you like President Biden or not, get off of your behinds and vote, or else you're going to be very, very sorry the day after. Nobody has to tell you and plead and beg. You know what has to be done, now do it. One reporter asking during the 2016 presidential election contest, what are they so angry about? Meaning white people, they are so angry. Why are they angry? Because President Barack Obama, a black man, served 2 terms in the White House. And that enraged the bigots and the racists in this nation. And you white racist evangelical so-called Christians, you all made sure you sneakily do your dirt behind the scenes where you can't be seen. You made sure that he became president. And you're trying to do it again. Don't preach to me about the love of God and you white racist evangelicals hate black people. Yeah, I said it because it's the truth. I've been around y'all long enough. I know how y'all think. Merchant claimed that the records will back up her client's allegations of an improper personal relationship between Willis and Wade that she has argued should disqualify them from the election case and lead to charges dropped against her client. BS. The records until Monday did not appear to include any documents that would substantiate claims of inappropriate behavior between Wade and Willis. but the docket did not include records obtained in the discovery that they have to be made part of the record. You know what? I can stop reading this article. This is going nowhere. You'll find out in the end. Willis will still be the district attorney, and she will still prosecute this case. I'm Tyrone Bowman. Never surrender, never quit.